I'm Kevin Zhen, Yale 2020 grad and co-founder of the Elevated School. Today, I'm going to explain how from 2022 to 2023, we help seniors from all kinds of backgrounds. I'm talking New England boarding schools, private schools in California, public schools in Miami, international students from Vietnam and the Philippines get into every single Ivy League school. There are two factors that are 100% in your control from now until the application deadline. These two factors play an absolutely pivotal role in whether you get admitted, deferred, waitlisted, or rejected. Do you know what they are? It's been a while since my last video, and before we begin, I just wanted to say an enormous thank you for your support. Whether this is the first video you're watching or fifth, I'm just so genuinely grateful that you're here. I've been experimenting with producing short form videos on TikTok, and while they do get more views, the quality of the audience, you guys, is just completely different. I've found that our YouTube viewers are just warmer, friendlier, kinder in their messages to us, largely because you guys are so motivated. You guys are the types of students and parents who are searching for this sort of content. So you're putting in the work already with your intention. I feel like I'm talking to a younger sibling or to an auntie who's trying to help their kid make the most of their education when I make these videos. And to me, that makes a world of difference. Final notes before we begin. Toss this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who you think might find it useful. That would really make my day. Without further ado, this intro has been long enough. Let us jump into some tangible advice. We all know that there are countless factors in the admissions game which you cannot control, but will play a key role in determining whether you get in or not. These include your gender, your race, your socioeconomic status, your geography, meaning what city, state, or country you're applying from, as well as the type of school you attend, and more. Right now, I want you guys to forget all of that. I even want you to forget about your past grades, honors, and awards, because those things used to be in your control, but now they are not. Though some of you who are watching this may be younger, I'm going to assume that the majority of you watching this video right now are high school juniors. And if I'm right, then your job until the application deadline is to maintain laser focus on just two things: essays and a passion project. Essays, in our professional opinion, can account for anywhere between 20 to 40% of your entire application. In some cases, your essays are even more important than your extracurriculars, honors and awards, and sometimes even your grades. Now let me ask you a question. How many drafts do you think it takes to get to an Ivy League worthy essay? Some students I ask say 4, and others say 10 or 12. The real answer is somewhere in between. From our experience, students will need at least 6 or 7 drafts of their essays before it begins to approach that elite top 1% status. If you need help getting there, please reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to assist. Needless to say, drafting and revising 6 to 7 drafts 1 month before the application deadline is both unwise and stressful. In an ideal world, you would spend 2 weeks during your summer brainstorming a bunch of different ideas. Then, over the next 2 weeks, pick your top 2 or 3 ideas and then write 500 to 1,000 words for each of them. This is exactly how we advise our students when they're starting from scratch. Why? Because you'll soon discover that one of these essays will serve as your main Common App essay and another will serve as your supplemental essays. Or maybe you'll merge 2 of your ideas to create a killer Common App essay. I should also mention that the more unique your ideas are, the better. I don't just mean unique ideas in general, but I mean your ideas should be unique and different from each other. So if one of your essays is about a family New Year's tradition, for instance, and another is about a weird job you once had as a volunteer at a local zoo, and the third is about an academic interest that just makes you lose track of time, phenomenal! Writing about your favorite TV shows, movies, books, works of art, even recipes, that's also a great place to begin. Just talk about why you love what you love. Here comes the most important part of the video. To go from drafts 1 and 2 to drafts 3 and 4. The next areas that we need to focus on are structure and content. The most common mistake that we see students make at this stage is that they spend the entire essay writing about things happening to them, as opposed to them making things happen. This is such a serious and pervasive issue that we've made an entire video about it, which you guys can check out later. You are the protagonist, the main character, the hero of your story. The admission officer wants to see you building things, leading people, showcasing your intellectual curiosity, vitality, proactivity, selflessness, and more. If you've overcome a really serious issue that you just have to write about, yes, include it. But make sure that it's not more than 20 or 25% of your essay. The overwhelming majority should be a story about your personal growth, your values, and how you plan to help your community. Even better if you talk about how you're helping them now. But if you don't have that, talk about how you plan to help people in the future, in college and beyond. This is by far the trickiest part and very difficult to solve without outside help. So once you have a solid second or third drafts of 2 or 3 different ideas, show it to a trusted friend, counselor, or even us so that we can give you some advice on how to better articulate and structure your piece. Okay, going from drafts 3 to 5 is a little bit easier. At this point, we're going to dramatize the narrative. We're going to add more emotional appeal, rhetoric, and specificity so that your essay fulfills one of the most important criteria, actually the most important criteria. It has to be something that only you could have produced. I've read hundreds of essays, and you'd be shocked at how many of these stories fall into classic immigrant narrative traps or woe is me cliches or even savior story complex sort of vibes. Not good. I myself knew and recognized that my own story about cooking, working in a Chinese restaurant could come across as rather cliche. So I made special efforts to transform it into a coming of age story about my father's relationship with me in order to help the piece stand out. Finally, draft 6 and 7, very easy. At this point, you're more than 80% done. All you have to do is edit for flow, inject more poetic devices like alliteration, similes, metaphors, anaphora, rhyme. The goal here is just to refine your style and make it sound lyrical. I love it when students show us stories at this stage because I just feel like a custodian. I'm just kind of like cleaning off an already beautiful sculpture, just polishing it, dusting it off to help your work shine. Okay, I am now realizing that this video is getting way too long, so I will be making another video about the second most important factor, which is rather complicated, rather nuanced, passion projects, very important. Stay tuned for more info. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.